Hey guys, we're back in the simulacrum to basically show a live showcase of this Miter Riven mod. I actually paid 80 platinum for it, and as you can see, 332.8% damage. And if you remember my Miter video before, when I was talking about slash procs, base damage increases the damage, the actual strength of the slash procs themselves. And I also upgraded my prime bane of grineer for this exact reason. And I'm going to show you a couple builds. I have gas, corrosive, and blast. Blast is more for like crowd control or infested. Corrosive is, I mean, obviously best against grineer, but it's good against infested too because it'll basically allow you to one-shot ancients up to level 145 if you get it like a critical headshot. And the gas is for basically any faction because, I mean, obviously it's best against Corpus. It's kind of similar to Alenka in the way that the gas procs are going to be pretty decently high. I'm actually going to showcase that now. Shoot. Got a gas proc, no crits though. Slash proc and no crits. Even without the crits, the slash proc's doing 2,100 damage or whatever, which is really good. Now we want a crit just to see. Okay, there's a crit gas proc. I'm not sure which is the gas proc, but I see a 19,000. I think that was the slash proc. So I'm almost getting 20,000 slash procs, which is insane, even with the gas. So even though the gas was probably the 200 number, against lower levels, it's gonna do more crowd control. So it's not gonna be just single target. And especially against a long line of enemies, if you get like several gas procs, like I mentioned with the Ferox secondary mode, it's really good to have like a lot of enemies procking gas at once. Yeah, 2,198, which is pretty good. That's not even a crit. You can already see, okay, that was a crit. Yeah, so we're getting, where's the number? 19,000, yeah, 19,346 it looked like, which is insane. And it's thanks to part because of this, because the damage goes up. I mean, 45%, it's only 45%, but it's a significant difference because combined with this, that's almost, let's see, it's almost 400% bonus damage just with these two mods here. Okay, now we go back to gas damage, and now we have some Corpus Techs. We're going to try to get a crit gas proc. There we go. Now it's doing, see, it's not too much damage. It's 2,868, but you get a couple of these going in a group of Corpus. Yeah, and it's going to slowly whittle them away, so it's a lot better than just having a single. Plus, I mean, these are level 145, so just shooting them a couple times in the head and then being dead is really great. You can actually even swap out. Because we're mostly relying on the slash procs, you can even go with blast against grineer because your actual shot damage doesn't really matter. So the actual damage you're going to be doing with your actual like miter blade shot doesn't really matter. It's really low. It's like less than 1,000, but it's those slash procs that are important here. See, and then the blast knocks them down. The issue with blast, of course, is when they're knocked down, it's harder to get a headshot on them, and you want as many headshots as possible. Because body shot crits are pretty good. See, that's 4,000 damage, but it's just not as effective. So this is probably the build I would be going against grineer, just because of the crowd control with the blast. But the gas is also really good too. Yeah, as you can see, those are a lot of damage numbers. Obviously, I don't have continuous misery, because I just wanted to maximize the actual slash procs themselves. But if you wanted to, I'd probably recommend actually switching out like one of the elementals, so you just have a single elemental. But make sure it's a dual stat because you want the status as close to 100% as possible, and one dual stat's fine. Cold's pretty good because it'll slow them down, or maybe heat because it'll stun them for a little bit. Basically, you can slot this for V, and so you can fit in continuous misery, so you can double the length of the slash procs. So yeah, I'm just going to reiterate the point I made before. I do recommend plus damage, plus crit chance would be good as well. So like damage and crit, so you can get more crit slash procs, or maybe Argon Scope would probably work just fine. But yeah, that's basically the review of this Riven mod, and also an update to show you that you could get. I bet if you max this Prime Bane of Grineer, you could get 20,000 or 20k slash procs on headshot crits, so that'd be overpowered as hell. So yeah, thanks for watching.